All right, ladies and gentlemen, with no further ado, I want to thank everybody for coming out this afternoon, sharing your time with us this evening. We won't keep you long. We will be brief, but we want to help. I can't talk this evening. I'm so excited. We want to thank everybody for coming out, and we hope that everybody had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend, chill with the family, ate some good food, and ready to get back to work. You know, this tokenized platform that we've been building over these last couple of months has really been a labor of love. You know, we've had teammates that's been in and out the hospital dealing with different things, CEOs flying all over the country, and you know, it's just been a real effort. You know, a real effort and a mobilization of a team that saw a vision, got behind the vision, and say, hey, we're going to go execute this thing. So, you know, we're getting ready for Miami. Miami is December 9th and 10th. So if you have not got your ticket so far, make sure that you go and get your ticket, get your hotel room, get in the room, because you do not want to miss this particular event, because it's going to be life-changing. It is an absolute game changer, and I mean that in every step of the word. So without further ado, let's get into this tokenized ambassador program. My guest tonight, a lot of you know, a lot of you will have the chance to meet as well, but he has been the backbone to this platform. The technology that you see that we're built on, he has brought years and years of information, knowledge, experience to the table, and we cannot be more grateful for him and what he has done. So we want to thank him, and we'll get to him in a minute, but I'm telling you, he always likes to call up. He always has so much energy and information and jewels to drop on us. And I tell him all the time, I'm learning from him. I'm taking notes, because he is a master at what he does. So we really want to thank him. But when we talk about tokenization, and again, this disclaimer, this is not financial advice in any way, and we want to make sure you guys understand that. Please seek, you know, your representative or your investment advisor on your investment decisions. Okay, so our vision is simple. We want to empower millions of people with wealth creation through tokenization. And how do we do that? We do that through tokenization. So tokenization enables fractional ownership of an illiquid or alternative asset that is traditionally required high capital investment, and hence have limited the investor base, such as real estate, private securities, and art. Investors can hence benefit from a wider range of asset choices due to increased affordability, facilitating portfolio diversification, while sellers would benefit from their assets having a greater liquidity, right? So something that we always say, and we believe that, that documentation beats conversation any day of the week, right? So when we talk about HSBC, the 6th largest bank in the world. Now, this is a report that they put together, and this report is not coming out to, you know, Trey, it's not coming out to Oscar, it's not coming out to Michelle, it's coming out to their banking constituents. So they're not talking to the average person, right? But they're saying tokenization market could potentially be worth as much as $24 trillion in the next 4 years. We're talking 2027. And guys, when I think of that, I mean, that's just exciting to me, because how many times have you been in position? I think that's a key thing. How many times have you been in position to be in front of a $24 trillion market? So many times we missed the dot-com boom, we missed the oil boom, we missed all the booms. We missed them all, right? But this is a time that you actually get to position yourself in front of a $24 trillion industry with experts that are going to help you, give you the education you need, and lead you all the way to the promised land, right? So it says we see tokenization as enabling to lower the barrier of entry to investing for half of the world's population by paring down the minimum investment amounts required. Okay, so how many of us understand that half of the world's population are now coming into the fold? They're coming into blockchain technology, they're coming online, and we have an opportunity to present them with something that they haven't seen before, right? We have the opportunity to educate them and give them an opportunity that they have not seen before. DLT can also give investors access. Distributed ledger technology can also give investors access to assets that are traditionally will be high capital investment, real estate, private security, and art, augmenting the universe of investment options available. Some of the advantages, we understand what they are: the visibility and fractional ownership. How does that change the game, that now that somebody in Africa, somebody in Jamaica, somebody in Puerto Rico can now buy fractional ownership in a real estate asset or other kind of assets that they normally would be priced out of? That's a huge game changer, because now we're increasing the pool of investors that can come into the market now. You have higher liquidity. Now, if you understand what's going on in the market, with interest rates being as high as they've been in a very long time, so the cost of money is very high right now. So if you're a commercial owner and you're looking to pull liquidity out of your property, you have to go either sell the underlying asset or you have to get a loan. And money is very expensive right now. So what we're doing is providing a platform where they can come and get that liquidity faster and cheaper than the market is currently presenting them with. So that's a benefit of working with tokenized assets as well. Accessibility, speed of cost reduction, because we're on the blockchain, everything is faster and cheaper. And then new investment and rental models. So again, they're saying to their people, act now, guys, pay attention now, because it is often easier to make something 10x better than it is to make it 10% better. DLT has arrived, propelling the rise of tokenization and thus enabling the market to be 10x more efficient, 10x more inclusive, 10x more resilient. To do this requires taking the path less trodden and undertaking the risk of failure for the larger payoff. But how many people on this call know that we're not scared? We're out here in this market, and we plan to dominate and take over this market, because the 10x potential of tokenization will not be missed by tokenized assets or anyone on this phone. Okay, so the problem is everybody wants to earn money from real estate investment, but only less than 20% have the cash or credit to do so. Millions are priced out until now. So when you look at the hedge funds, when you look at investors, when you look at the credit buyers, right? These are the guys who are monopolizing the industry, right? When you look at your Jeff Bezos, you look at all of these guys that have billions and billions of dollars to spend inside of this market, and leave the little guy being renters, basically, is what it comes down to. So what we say is that we understand that with 70% of the society on our side, now we become the largest hedge fund in the world. We become the largest hedge fund in the world, and we take these property downs. We become the bank, right? So how can we change the lives of 70% of society? Well, I know somebody who is perfect and beautiful at explaining how this happened. Again, I spoke about him earlier. He is the backbone to our technology. He is the backbone to what we're doing at Tokenized Assets, and we're so blessed and happy to have him. Without further ado, OG, Mr. Oscar Garcia, are you on the line?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much. If you can make me a co-host or a host, I can continue it from here.
Yes, sir, I will. There you go. You have the controls now.
Now, what great energy and push, Trey's been doing. I'm not going to be able to match that, but what I am going to be able to do is really drill down on the technology side of things, so you can get a gist of what makes us different. See, this 70% society is you and I. Or at least it's me. I was born as the son of a migrant. And with that American dream, mom always wanted her own house. And no matter how small her house is, she will not sell it no matter what, because it took her 25, 30 years to save up enough so she can actually get the down payment for her house. She wasn't a credit, type of buyer. She didn't have the credit. She didn't have the income. She wasn't an investor. She wasn't a hedge fund. So just to have mom buy her own house, right? Her house is like 1,500 square feet, but that's her house. And and when Trey mentioned, how do we help 70% of society? I'm thinking of my mom. I'm thinking of our moms. I'm thinking about, friends and families that grew up in the neighborhoods, low income neighborhoods that I did. And I was like, how can we give them a fighting chance? See, we can't give an individual a fighting chance, but we could come together as individuals and actually have more than a fighting chance against the hedge funds. So when Michelle Lilly explained this slide to me, it really resonated with me, because how many of us know people like my mom that maybe she doesn't have $100,000, but she has $1,000, she has $5,000. And see, I believe that if you have a situation where you had $1,000 or $5,000, you shouldn't be excluded from financial opportunities. You shouldn't be looked at as less of a human. You're a human that deserves dignity and pride. So if we can come together and bring groups of people together, like the old neighborhood I was in, Maywood, if you guys know Los Angeles, 57th Street, there in Maywood. We're talking a lot of people in a small area, right? There was more cars than houses. But if you can bring a neighborhood together like that, and everybody puts in $500 or $1,000 or $5,000, whatever they can, we can own together one of these real estate properties that produces income, that gets to be rented and whatnot. That's the 10X approach. It's not just 10Xing your portfolio because you're a large investor, but it's 10Xing society and giving people, portfolio holders, liquidity, diversification, democratization, meaning we have a voice together as one. And that was very important. So when they asked me to take over the tech and really work with their technology teams and bring our technology teams together and make something special, my viewpoint was on that buyer. How can we set up that buyer? And see, this is all possible through the timeline of what's been happening around the world. The Jobs Act, the COVID even helped out with this, because COVID forced a lot of government agencies to be able to accept electronic filings faster, better, easier. And because of certain things, the 2008 financial crash, allowed blockchain and crypto to be transformative. And then, just recently with what's happened with COVID, that allowed, Zoom and people to communicate with each other via video, and then the electronic filing with the SEC, all that gave us the ability to do this, because you still need title done traditionally. We still have to make sure that the title moves from one property owner to the group of people that are going to own this. And I'll get to that in a little bit, showing you an exact use case. But when you look at it, once the home is fully funded, then it gets rented. It becomes part of corporate housing. It becomes an Airbnb, or it's flipped. And all the benefits of that flip, all the benefits of the upside, the tax benefits, every fractional owner, token holder will have all those benefits. So you have all the benefits, but less of the risk. You don't tie up as much money. You don't have to, if the mortgage is not paid, you don't have to manage it. The team of professionals that Tokenized Marketplace is bringing together to manage this thing know what they're doing. They've been doing it for decades. They've worked with hedge funds. They've worked with companies that actually manage hundreds, if not thousands, of properties. You're in good hands with that group. And see, you can become just a buyer. You can become just an investor. Or what's different about our business model compared to other business models is that we actually have room for ambassadors, for people that will help us find buyers and find listings. Compared to all the other businesses that are out there, they don't allow that. But again, someone can participate by just being a fractional buyer. Again, if you look at the story of my mom, she could have bought a series of homes, a piece of a home, 10 of them, 5 of them, 20 of them, whatever that number is, and she could have started earning residual income on that rental of that property sooner than later. It took her over 20 years to save up the money, but instead of saving up 30,000, she could have invested 1,000 at a time and made money on her money. So people can participate in any fashion they want. For as little as $500, they're going to be able to have a fractional ownership of a property. And in fact, let me show you the exact workflow of this. You know, the good part about being able to create technology is I have access to the technology, behind the scenes, if you will, of the actual technology. And let me show you how it's going to play out. See, when you invite a buyer, or you are the buyer, you are the investor, you're going to be able to log in and actually see all the properties in our marketplace. You're going to be able to click on any of those properties and see all the details, to see the potential IRR, the potential cash on cash, all the details you need to make a decision whether you want to participate in this home or not is here on our marketplace. When you're ready, you just hit tokenize. You just hit the button to purchase a token, and you can do as little as $500, as much as you want, but as little as $500 gets you to participate in this project. You can pay through fiat, credit cards, or a deposit, into our system, or you can pay through crypto. That crypto will be liquidated, and that amount of your participation will be added to your receipt. And then your tokens for each individual property will be listed right here on your own page as a buyer. This will now track your investments or your people's investments. Well, they will see what the monthly cash on cash is. Every time it gets rented and there's disbursements of money, you can actually see the movement of monies. You can actually see the withdrawals of money that you requested, and you can actually move that money into your own tokenized Visa card. This is huge. No other platform has combined fintech with blockchain tokenization, with real estate, with giving people the opportunity to become agents in their own real estate marketplace, like tokenized marketplace. That's the buyer's experience. But when you look at it, to hold your tokens for 1 year, month after month, you get the benefits, the year taxes. And think about this. All of this is inside of an LLC that's posted to the blockchain. And you're saying, well, how do we know it's posted to the blockchain? Well, let me show you. We actually have we've been testing a lot of things out here. And here it is. And let me show you. We actually tokenized 10 tokens with one address. And here is the Polygon blockchain that actually certifies that we have those tokens for that asset. We actually have blockchain tracking for tokenization today. That's huge. Now think about this. Any real estate asset we can tokenize, and we can actually show this individual that his tokens are on the blockchain, and without any concerns, they know that they own that token because they can actually research it in an immutable record called the blockchain. Welcome to the next level of real estate. Now, that's the 10x approach. What does that do? Well, if this individual just holds for 1 year, not 5 years like a REIT, not years like any LLC traditional investment, vehicle. This is for 1 year. He gets the benefits, the taxes, the cash on cash, all those benefits. But if he ever, after a year, wants to sell those tokens in a marketplace, he's going to be able to do that in our marketplace by publishing his tokens, That publishing means that all the earnings he's made off those tokens are included in the publishing, and then the next individual can take his spot. And literally what they're doing is they're buying the tokens from the blockchain, and he gets removed and that individual gets posted. So now all the cash on cash, all the tax benefits, all the upside goes to the new buyer. That's how it should be. Technology should be a force multiplier. And that's exactly what we have going on with this technology. But we needed to make sure that our business model was better than anyone else's, because we are talking about a $24 trillion industry. But other programs don't want you involved. See, traditionally, technology replaces people. That's how it's generally done. But we don't believe in disintermediating the middleman, to cutting out the middleman. But he does, and they do. There is other programs out there that are launching that have already tokenized 1 property, 5 properties, but they do not want to give an agent, an ambassador, someone with a large network, the ability to bring in buyers or the ability to bring in listings. What will happen to the millions of real estate professionals that are licensed and real estate individuals that are not licensed that play in the real estate game formally or informally? What will happen to those millions of individuals with hundreds of millions of contacts? According to them, they will die. According to this company, they don't need them. According to those individuals, they don't want them. Well, that's not the approach here with us. We believe that you should be able to get involved, and instead of the traditional real estate methods where you have to wait 5 years to become a broker to start building a team, you can do it in your first year. We believe that you should be getting overrides off your agents if you start, bringing them along. We believe that too. Traditionally, it takes 5 years for real estate to give you that opportunity. We can actually do it sooner. So we believe in the professional, the business entrepreneur that can get involved and make sure that they can bring in all their assets. Because traditionally, 5 years and $350,000, we have a position with the company as little as $5,000 to $9,000. You're almost equal to what a real estate professional is doing, and it took them 5 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So we believe this business model is inclusive to the agent, and it's not exclusive and where it only uses technology. Now, more than that, it's the problems with real estate. See, one of the problems with real estate that I was made aware of is that you have to do a lot of calls just to get 5 clients a week to potentially close 0.32% of a client. In other words, for you to close 1 deal in a month, you have to do a lot of calls every day, every week, just to start building your sales funnel. Now, why? The reason being is that most people you talk to don't have the cash. They don't have the credit. They're part of the 70% of society that are just not ready or capable of buying their own home by themselves. But they are ready for a fractional ownership. So what if you can flip that around? What if instead of closing 3% of everybody you talk to in real estate, what if you can close 97% or 99% of all the clients you talk to can become fractional owners with this program? That's what we believe. In order to do that, we have to build a program like this, but you can combine both. And this is something we just showed real estate professionals just about a week ago, where they said, well, can we do both? Yes. What if you still had your traditional real estate, business, and you're doing listings and you're finding buyers for a home by themselves, but all the other buyers that couldn't qualify for that home because they just don't have enough cash or don't have enough, credit, what if you can bring them to this marketplace and not lose out on that potential income? Because in the next couple of months, the hedge funds are jockeying to see who's going to control the rental income space. There's individuals like the WeWork founder that was kicked out of WeWork, but literally just got a hedge fund that invested over $300 million with him in order to buy real estate rentals. That is the next big push. Together, by combining the business models, or by combining your buyers with my buyers, with Trey's buyers, with Kathy's buyers, with everybody here. Look, there's roughly around 25 of us here on this call, right? So if you look at it and you go 25 of us that, well, I don't know what you guys are, but I'm Mexican. I have 400 cousins. I don't know what you guys are. But for us as a minority, I have a lot of cousins. Let's say you don't have as many cousins as I do, but you know 50 people. That's 1,250 potential buyers we can bring into this marketplace. If we all just put in between $1,000 and $5,000, let's go high, 5,000, that's $6.2 million that we have in buying power right now in this group right here alone. Just us alone. Can you imagine? That will bring up, can we buy, 6 really good properties? Yes. Can we buy 10 good properties to rent? Yes. All of it based on this marketplace. So that is the power of this. So we believe that this business model where we're inclusive, where you can become a tokenized associate, a tokenized representative, or a tokenized ambassador, or our regional ambassador, our national ambassador, our executive ambassador, or our elite ambassador, you can participate in whatever fashion you deem fit right now. That is going to be the key to this. And there's 5 ways to generate income with us. Like I said before, you can bring in the buyers. You can bring in the listings. Our real estate side of the fence, of the business model, is head up by an amazing woman. I met her at a convention, and she had me speak at a panel. And I'm telling you, she walked around. I thought I was with a celebrity. Everybody knew her. And when I talked to people about her, because obviously I asked, right? You're curious. Hey, how do you know so-and-so? They said, you don't understand. You're with a legend. I'm like, what are they talking about? And then I asked someone else, hey, how do you know so-and-so? And they said, my friend, I don't know her. She knows everyone. Everybody knows of her. Her reputation is so solid in the real estate game on how she worked with hedge funds and how she was part of this huge, all the real estate booms and the real estate movies you've seen, this lady had a hand on it. And I was just dumbfounded. Obviously, they gave me a lot of great steak. They fed me well. And I was still asking, how do you know so-and-so? And out of the 20 so people that I've talked to, no one had a negative connotation to say about her. So when I'm saying that you're in good hands with these professionals, it is not a joke. It is not hyperbole. It is literally an investigation I did myself, going to a real estate convention where they're real estate experts and hedge funds and everyone, the who's who of real estate in Dallas, Texas, and they talked about her. That is dramatic. So we got the buyers, we got the listings. The listings will be vetted by her department. You got the memberships where you can override people to come in as a membership. We have a bonus pool and we got a package referral program, because in the system, in order to bid on a property, you must become a member of the platform. So when I'm looking at this, the way I look at this is that if you want in on any of these homes, you have to be a member of the platform, like Facebook. You have to be a member of Facebook to use Facebook. So you'll only see the properties once you become a member. And you got 2 different types of memberships. You got the basic bidding membership, where you can bid on a home. That's $9 to bid on to get a fractional ownership of a home, or you can be an elite member. Now, that's a little bit more money. If memory serves me right, that's about $30 to $40 but you get early access of listings. So who has early access in listings in real estate? Brokers do. So you will literally be getting early access like a traditional real estate broker does to listings that are going to come into the marketplace, so you can actually plan better on what your investment strategy could be. That is huge on what you can do. And then those people that decide to be part of the elite membership for the platform, you get to override them at 30% on their membership fee. So there's a lot of ways to generate income, but you must be certified. We have a certification program that will certify you as a blockchain real estate asset professional. You must understand both sides of the fence, and we take this very seriously. In fact, we have a certification that's taken this Saturday. We will go through a certification program this Saturday with a tremendous individual. You just heard from him. Trey is a master teacher in what's going on with blockchain and what's going on with real estate. He's worked both sides of those fences. And our certification curriculum that Miss Lily has generated will help you catch up to speed on this. For you to start bringing in buyers and listings, you must get certified. So it's totally up to you. Now, we're not going to get too much into the associate, levels. There's all the different ways to get started. The lowest level is our associate level at $1,294. The average real estate professional that gets into real estate, their first year, they're spending over $6,000 their first year on all the fees, all the courses, the conventions, and everything else, a little over $6,000. Here, $1,294, you get to bring in members, bring in people on listings, bring in buyers, and start to participate with the program. And it goes on and on. There's tokenized representatives where you get a higher percentage on your buyers and listings if you decide to become a tokenized representative. That's $4,900. But you're also getting a percentage of what your memberships are bringing in. You got a level 1, level 2 percentage there. The next highest level, tokenized ambassador, $9,000. This is the one I was telling you about, that you can really start building the team, and whatever they're not qualified to get, you get the difference. And then there's the regional ambassador. Again, higher percentage on the listing, higher percentage on the buyers. So if you're one of those individuals that can bring in a lot of buyers, bring in a lot of listings, you might want to consider these positions. National ambassador, over 50,000, 2% on the listings, 2% on the buyers, and a bigger take on your level 1, level 2 associates. But you also get part of the bonus pool that we have going on with the company, where everything that the company generates on the ambassador level, there's a bonus pool that the national ambassadors get. Out of the entire bonus pool, they get 20% of it. And it goes on to the executive ambassador level, where it's a 2.25% on the memberships and 2.25% on the listings, and a 30% participation on the bonus pool. And then our final position, this is, it's like a Remax franchise, right? A lot higher in the memberships, 2.5% on the memberships, 2.5% of the listings. Your override on your teams, 30%, 27%. But the participation on the bonus pool is over 40%. Now, let me get to the gist of this. Next Saturday in Miami, let me pull this up. Next Saturday in Miami, we are launching, we are doing the first launch, the first tokenization of properties. Now, we believe that everyone should participate in that Miami event. Let me bring this up so you guys can see this. But Miami, and I'll bring it up different ways. Let me do this first. If you go to I'll share my screen right now. If you go to Tokenized Marketplace right now, let me share this. You will actually see the Tokenized Reveal button, and you will see the Miami sizzle reel. Now, Miami is going to have the first property. So we're pre-launching the first properties in Miami on December 10th. Bear with me. Just watch this really quick.
Welcome to Wealth Creation through Tokenization. There's an exciting shift happening in the marketplace. Tokenization is providing the liquidity to an asset that is typically illiquid. The entire equity market is going to have the opportunity to be tokenized. Fractional ownership is the wave of the future. This is your opportunity to get tokenized. Be the first to get your seat at the table. December 9th and 10th. Register now. www.tokenizedmarketplace.com/launch. Join us.
So it's at the Hilton. It's at the Hilton. It's going to be the 9th and 10th. The 9th, we have some great cocktail hours to meet everybody. But if you just hit this button, you will actually see the details of what, you can participate with. Now, I just got a text before this call from our COO and our CEO. And here's the announcement. Here's the announcement. General tickets. We will reimburse you on these general tickets 2 ways. We will actually give you tokenization for your purchase on the general ticket, or we will give you a general ticket if you show up in Miami. Why? Because everyone that shows up in Miami is going to get a fractional ownership of a property in Miami. You show up, you learn, you go through the court, we'll be there for several hours, you go through it, and you will walk out with a fractional ownership of a home in Miami. Just show up. Now, the VIP tickets are still available. That is so you can actually meet and greet the executive team, have dinner with us or lunch. It's one of the two. Actually, it's right here. Private entrance, lunch with the executive team, first access to tokenized assets, premium sitting at the event, private entrance, and lunch with the executive team. So that is still available. But everyone that comes in, at least with the general ticket, is going to get either tokens or free access, because everyone is going to get a fractional ownership of a home if you show up in Miami. Now, we're going to live broadcast that in Miami on December 10th. So you can invite everyone to watch the broadcast, and the broadcast is literally going to be on this page where it says tokenizedmarketplace.com/launch. We will broadcast it here. But those people watching the broadcast are not going to get a fractional ownership of a home like the people that if you get there live, you will have that. If you get the VIP tickets, you will have access to the executive team so you can ask them anything and see how this program is going to flesh out next year. Guys, what we're saying is this. We got 10 days or so we can invite everyone, get everyone to the next Zoom. Trey, when's the next Zoom? Is it Thursday? The opportunity Zoom?
Not an opportunity zone on Thursday. We're actually having an ambassador training on Thursday. So that's Thursday, and then Saturday we'll do the actual certification. So we're not having another Zoom till probably next week, but if we need to schedule one, we can do that now.
Look, I would suggest, guys, that you reach out to leadership, reach out to the person who invited you over. If you say, look, I can bring in 10, 20 people on the call. If you explain to them, they'll show up in Miami. We'll do a call to make sure that people understand this presentation, because we only do this once a week, but we really need to make sure that people get educated the right way. This business model, as I mentioned over here, the difference between this business model is that these guys want technology to take over everything, and we believe in the power of networking. We believe in the power of the individuals. So this is why Miss Lily and the executive staff right now said, if they show up, offer them that, because we want as many people on the pre-launch of the first homes that we're going to be listing on December 10th. They're going to get a piece of it. So this is a huge opportunity for you to be there, get a piece of a fractional ownership of a home, you to invite people that are, if they're within a 4-hour flight, it's not that bad. It's $500. Rooms here, we got special rooms that are blocked out, so you can buy your rooms here as well. So you can do the ticket or the rooms, by themselves, and you can actually be in the same hotel that we're all going to be in there. So we can actually make sure that you get the best experience possible. The last time we were in Miami, it was a wow event. The amount of knowledge you get from meeting the executive team. I might be a technology guy, but I love meeting up with our executive team, Miss BB Hill, Miss Rochelle, Miss Lily, Ezra, Trey, everyone that's participating in here. We got a guy that looks like Rick Fox. That's just an awesome marketing guy. And it's interesting because everybody brings in their expertise, but you'll be meeting with them. You'll see what they're doing. There's going to be events that we participate with in early next year that is going to take this to the next realm. You have access to this right now. So my thing is, what are you doing? Right? What are you doing? I'm looking at you. What are you doing? Right? Let's put this in this perspective. What are you doing that next year is going to give you a piece of a $24 trillion industry? I'm not doing anything but this, because this is a $24 trillion industry. In the next 5 years, if an industry gets close to $1 trillion, people are excited. If they get close to 3 trillion, people flip their brains. We're talking $24 trillion in the next 5 years, according to HSBC. That's not us, that's HSBC. You have an opportunity of being at a live event to actually see a pre-launch of the first properties that we're going to put on the marketplace on December 10th and get all your knowledge right there. So imagine the future. I look at things as, if in the future, in the next 5 years, everyone in society can own a little piece of a real estate that brings them a couple of bucks a month, can that change society? I think so. I think so. Because some of the difference between making it or not making it is $50, $100 a month. $500 makes or breaks a lot of people. Well, what if you're making $100 a month because you participated in fractional ownership in real estate? Now you're making $1,200 a year for having your money work for you. The knowledge you're going to get and the launch of an industry that you're going to see is literally like watching .com launch. That's the way I look at it. So get together with the person that invites you over. This event flyer is going out. Let me show you guys that. This event flyer is going out where you get to send that out to individuals. We'll be emailing this to all the ambassadors. Get it from whoever invited you on the call, but you will get your invitation to the event. Go to the website. Anyone who's already bought the general ticket, you're going to get reimbursed with tokens. So you're going to get a fractional ownership of a home. Anyone that just shows up and is live there, we will allow you in because we're just going to give you a fractional ownership of a home. So general tickets only on that. VIP tickets is all the perks plus the extras that you're going to get as the VIP. So get together with the person who invited you over. Get your plan set up. Miami, 9th and 10th. Tell people about this. Bring in whoever you believe could be a good business partner for you or a good business partner for us, and get credit for that individual. We will set up another opportunity Zoom call so we can explain to them what's going on and you can benefit of the fruits of that labor. Guys, thank you very much. The dream of building a better business model that can really alter a huge industry like the real estate industry is within our grasps. I hope you see what we see. I hope you see the future that we believe is coming. I hope you see what HSBC's report is saying about the $24 trillion. I hope you take advantage of it, because even though you see it, with no action, no results is possible. So take massive action so you can have massive results. And we'll see you on the next call. Ambassador training on Thursday and then certification on Saturday. I will see you guys in the next event. Thank you, guys. we'll see you in Miami. This recording will be available, Kathy. Yes, I know.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Good night. Have a
Thank
blessed day.
you. Thank you for the kind words, Oscar.
Oh, she's on the call.
I am on the call.
Now I'm embarrassed.
You handled it. So I'm good. I'm spoken and exiting.
Thank you, Miss Rochelle.